curfew violations. There's several on there, but then there's a few that indicate that the pretrial officer reviewed them and determined that he was home. Maybe he like stepped outside of the residence or something to that effect. There's a few where he's like,
You step outside, then that's the wrong thing. I'm putting you in jail if you do that.
I can't walk around my apartment.
No, home confinement is home confinement. Rachel, tell me about Mr. Malone, please.
there's others where he was like he was about 30 minutes late. It's a 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. He was like 30 minutes late.
I have a problem with that.
Then there's a couple where he had to leave. Like one of them, I think his sister's car broke down. He went out to go help his sister.
How do I know that?
We understand, Judge.
I don't care what you're doing. You have conditions for a reason, Mr. Malone. Tell me, Rachel, please.
There is a lot of dates, and the officer they put that they determined that he wasn't at home, but I'm assuming that he wasn't inside. So, like, for example.
Well, they said one, he went out to go fix the sister's car, allegedly.
Right. So, like, for example, on 7/27, he left at 5:54. He returned back home at 6:32, and then left again. But then it says that it was researched and determined that he was at home. So that just means he's going outside or going somewhere in the apartment. Another one, 7/28, left at 19:48, which is
7:47.
48, returned at 20:14.
Oh, goodness, that far off?
30 minutes.
No. She said 19. That's 2 hours.
No, 19 to 20 is 30 minutes. 1948 to 20.
The time, Rachel?
1948 to 2014.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
less than 30 minutes. It's
But then there's
26
one
minutes.
that was returned at 22:13. But
Mr.
again,
Malone, I'm revoking your bond. It goes with you. You've gone for 2 hours on that one.
If I may, can we hold off on that for a moment? The reason I say that is because upstairs, they're offering him a time served, which Mr. Malone is more likely going to take. If he does that, the state's going to dismiss this case here.
Okay, I'll do this to you. I'll roll it to tomorrow and I'll set up for bond forfeiture. You must be back here tomorrow. If you haven't taken the case, if you haven't taken care of it, you're to be here tomorrow. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And when I mean stay at home, stay at home.
Yes, sir.
Don't go out.
Yes,
Do
sir.
you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to see you tomorrow, one way or the other. If you don't take care of it upstairs, I'm taking care of you tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Angel Wale. So you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On August 21st, 2024, defendant was speeding as he approached an intersection in Harris County, Texas. The defendant slammed on his brakes, swerved into another lane, and nearly collided with the arresting officer in another vehicle. The officer made contact with the defendant, and the defendant tried to evade and struck a street sign. Upon arrest, the officer observed glossy eyes, slurred speech, the strong odor of alcoholic beverage, and the defendant unable to keep his balance. The defendant did not consent to a standard field sobriety test. Defendant was read his DIC-23 and he consented to a breath test, a breath exam. After the breath test, the defendant at JPC did not comply and started to resist by using his body weight to sit in a different area. The defendant was then placed in a single-man holding cell. Officer then executed a blood warrant.
Wally, I'm going to find that there's probable cause. Do you have a valid Texas driver license? Do you have valid liability insurance in your name? Can you run his license, please? I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
How old are you, sir?
I'm 21.
What do you do for a living?
I recently graduated from Fleischer.
Wonderful.
I was working for Uber for a while.
Uber,
Yes, sir.
you're a welder. What the hell are you doing Uber for?
I just graduated on July 7th.
Do they not have like a job search or some kind of,
I was having problems with substance abuse before. I decided to put all of that away a year ago when my dad passed away. I still struggled with alcohol, but I've been doing better for so far. But
not now. This is better?
it was in a while ago. Yes, it is. I made a lot of mistakes back then, and I was doing Uber for a while to pay for my school, and then I got a second job at Planet Fitness, and right now I am looking for a job in welding.
That's the best bet. Because I'm telling you, if you can get a job welding, you can make a boatload of money. You know, they have underwater welders. It's only 150,000 a year, man.
Yeah,
I mean, it's sick money that you can make, right?
So as a pipeline welder, that's my dream to be.
So did this welding school not have a career placement that you could work with?
I think like 3-5 prior to my arrest, I had went to the school to look for jobs, and they gave me a couple papers, Southwest Shipyard, and another. I got arrested
When did you graduate?
on July 7th.
Okay, we're now in September, okay? So don't start blaming all this on your arrest. You just got arrested. So I'm going to put a monitor on this gentleman. I'm putting a monitor on you so that I know that you're not consuming alcohol. I want you to understand that I'm giving you a portable device so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. If you have a problem, you better address it yourself, because if you don't, I'm going to do it for you. And I promise you're not going to like the way that I do it. You understand? Usually when I do it my way, I will put you in a rehab facility in the jail. And it's usually about 9-10 months, depending on how well you respond to treatment. So we're going to do this. It's whether we do it the easy way or whether we do it the hard way. And that depends on you. I will give you this opportunity now to try it yourself. And if you're incapable, then we'll do it my way. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
When I mean no alcohol, I mean no alcohol from any source. Cakes, candies, foods, gums, hair dye, a tequila lollipop. I've heard it all and I don't care. You come up here and try to tell me that Bambi was in the woods trying to give you some. I don't care. Do you understand? I'm also making a condition that you get a full-time job. Because when you have too much time on your hands, you become self-destructive, and you now see how that's happening. If you have grief, you need to face it head on. Don't beat around the bush, because all you're going to do is you're going to kill yourself in the process. You fight it head on, you deal with the grieving, and you have to find a creative or a good outlet for that, for the sadness, the anger. Some people exercise, some people take up sports, some people take up knitting, whatever it may be. You need to find something constructive that's good for you, not something where you're going to kill someone on the road. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Judges.
It's eligible. What other priors? Do you have any prior DWIs by chance? Okay. We'll do a portable. Yeah, and waive the fee, please. Today. Would you like me to appoint your lawyer, Mr. Wally?
Yes.
Okay. Do you mind giving him an application? I'm going to appoint your lawyer, but I'm telling you now, there's no excuse. You're on notice of what you can and can't do. One false move, I'm keeping you. And I don't care if you're kicking and screaming and crying and you blame it on whatever it may be. I don't care. You understand?
I'm going to blame for myself.
Okay. All right. Come on.